Why does it keep freezing? I have no clue. Maybe connection. So we're gonna go with shape. Definitely the more I'm gonna work with these powders, the better, the more I'm gonna increase my timing, and I probably won't have as much problems as I did in the earlier hand here. But we will see about that. This is the Milky White. I want to see some of their neon colors and some of their nudes and see what it's like. I heard good things, so it's gonna be good, of course, but definitely something you get adjusted to. Actually, I'm wrong. Mia's Secret sent their monomer to me already. I'm just waiting for Young Now and Valentino, and then I'll do the review for you guys. Of course, Mia's Secret is on Amazon. Young Nails and Valentino's not. Yeah, I don't understand how they're gonna charge me 15 bucks to ship 6 ounces. And if you guys are buying that, I don't know, man. You guys need to find somewhere to get free shipping or something. That's a little expensive. 15 bucks to ship monomer? That's like the price of some monomer out there. The only problem is the pointer finger pushing the tip and the ring finger and the left hand. If you know what your problem is, you're definitely putting the tips on wrong. You're putting the tips on and you're not paying attention. The client's hands may look different when you go like this to when you put a tip on like that. So you definitely gotta check that. Because when they curl their hands, the knuckles change, the direction of their nail beds change. So that's where a lot of times you see pictures, people go like this, and then the pinky's always like that, or the pointer's always like this. That's why you get that. Because they're not attentive of how the customer's hands is, or their hand is when they're putting on tips or shaping. You really gotta shape, and you gotta look at it in different angles too, not just one angle. What you see in front of you is not gonna be it's not gonna be true to what's in front of you. And like always, guys, hit that share button. You never know who this gets to. I appreciate it. That's good support for me. If you're new, say hello. I know there's new girls in here. There's always new girls every live. And you guys that come all the time, you should bring them out. Just like, hey, anyone new in here? Say hi. Don't be shy. Right? You see? Everybody here is friendly. Don't be shy. Say hi. Hello. I'm watching from here and I'm aspiring nail tech, or I've been working for a while. Nice to meet you guys. This is a community, okay? See, welcome Vanessa from Connecticut. See, Texas, New Frisco, Texas. Knew you guys were creeping in there, not saying anything. Salt Lake City, Utah. And the reason why I let you guys do that is because I read the comments later, and that's how I set up my stream so that you guys can catch certain content at certain times. Certain time zones, but we have girls from different time zones and countries even. So that's how I set my lives up, so everybody gets a little bit something. So it's not just the same people or the same time zone that's gonna get content, okay? And also you get to meet all your nail sisters in here. Watching from Connecticut. It's crazy. Sometimes I feel like the video reaches like a certain demo, like certain state so much, and I wonder if it's like someone sharing it and that is in that state or something like that, you know? And if you enjoy watching nails or doing nails, or you want to learn some tips, welcome. You're in the right place. And feel free to ask questions, guys. If you're new here, ask questions. All these girls before you that are talking in there like they're best friends, they've asked many questions. And they know the answer. So when you ask it, they'll answer it for you, okay? Don't be shy. We just have one rule: we don't talk about price, and we're not mean, okay? What is this, Haley? You poke something, Haley. Do you like stab this or something when you went back? Okay, so we're gonna do some cuticle work now. I use a small barrel, medium cross diamond, very generic drill bit. The whole set, if I wasn't living, this set maybe like 30 minutes. Usually my set averages around 30 minutes, 25-30 minutes, and then if I do designs, it takes a little bit longer depending on the design. But if I was just sitting here working and not like answering questions or talking or this and that, focus, this will be, I will already be done. So I average about 10 minutes in application, doesn't matter the length. If it's shorter nails, definitely like 5 minutes. But I cut down all my filing and drilling time because my application is smooth, so it saves me time there. And that's where you want to increase your, timing is definitely in your application. And I'll probably cover that tonight too on the live drive home. How to increase your timing. Like I said, not a lot of girls that watch my live and they always have that question. I need to be faster. How do I get faster? They think about speed. Speed's not always everything. Sometimes you gotta be efficient. You gotta make sure you produce a nice set. Don't think that you have to go faster just because you need to increase your speed. You speed up based on your skill level, If you're getting better at something, that automatically speeds you up. I use a 16, Alyssa. No, not everybody can use a certain size, okay? If you're using a 10, you definitely don't want to jump all the way to a 16. You want to jump to like a 12 or 14 first, just to see how you like it. Like I said, the bigger the brush is also more expensive. So you don't want to invest in a 16 and not be able to use it, Yeah. cuticle is so important. If you guys watched the live earlier, I showed you a client that went 3 weeks, and I didn't drill on the polish or anything. I just want to show. I showed you guys in one of the lives earlier, what the one with the sunflower, what a proper drilling can do for you. You know, no lifts, no polish chipping, nothing. You know. Sometimes I'm too truthful when it comes to like certain things. Like when people ask me stuff like, why don't you use bonders and that? And then when I say like you don't really need it, I feel like I'm kind of like shafting a lot of the companies that sell it and tell people to use it. And that's why I always say, you know, if you use it, perfect, and it works for you, great. But I feel like when I say like you don't really need it, I'm kind of like making them feel like, oh, they're selling you something that is unnecessary. It's not unnecessary. Of course, it has its, you know, benefits. It dries out the nail bed, and then, you know, maybe everything will bond better. But for me, when I'm roughing with a rougher, I think that's pretty dry itself. You know, you don't have to dry the nail bed out any more than that, right? I don't use it, and I've never in my history of doing nails have I ever used bond or a dehydrator when I do acrylics. This is 10 years. We never had that 10 years ago. And what dehydrators are is just pretty much ethanol. A liquid that you put on and it evaporates really fast, so it dries out whatever you apply it onto. So it's liquid ethanol, okay guys? That's what dehydrator is. See, I shouldn't even say that either. Alright, I'm gonna stop before these companies come at me. You're being too honest. You gotta make some money. yeah. I don't want to get the nail supply mafia on me. Can't say it on your life. But who cares? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it straight up. You know. If they like it or not, fine, whatever. But that's how I feel about it. I'm not about to tell people to buy something that they don't need. We Mexicans, I mean, it doesn't matter how oily you are. Once you use a rougher and you rough that nail bed, it is dry. The oil comes from the oily comes from the smoothness of your nail. That's where it's oily. So when your nails is rough, right? You guys have it like when your skin is like if your nail is like rough and then you don't do anything to it, eventually it'll get smooth, right? Because your nails is of natural oils. That's what the oil it comes from the smoothness. So once you rough it, there's no such thing as an oily nail bed. Like oil is not gonna seep out of your nails after that. The acrylic is already bonded. Nothing a dehydrator is gonna do is gonna help. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, like, sometimes my honesty might get me in trouble a little bit with, like, certain things in the nail industry. That's why I pick and choose what I say. But certain things, like, freaking dehydrator for acrylics or base coat on acrylics, it's ridiculous. Like, you don't need base coat. I'm gonna stand by that. People ask me, why don't you put base coat? I'm like, why would you put a base coat? It just makes no sense. You're just adding to the thickness of your polish. Base coat is for natural nails. It's always been like that. Maybe I'll get in trouble for that too. I don't know what company is selling base coat for and telling you to put on acrylics. On natural nails, go yes, put a base coat on. Your nails oily. Put it on. It helps you the polish stay. Are you talking about acrylic where it's like a dry surface that's, you know, gritty and no, you don't need it. I don't care what that company tells you. You can tell them to contact me and prove me wrong. I'll debate the shit out of somebody if they try to convince me that you need base coat for acrylic. So cuticle work is definitely important. And I know a lot of you guys are struggling with cuticle work, and you're supposed to be struggling, okay? That's a normal feeling. Struggling with cuticle work, that everybody did. I struggled with cuticle work when I first started doing it. You don't start doing cuticle work and you're amazing at it. You know? Yeah, you're gonna cut people, you're gonna cut yourself. Few nicks here and there, accidents happen. Just be careful, make sure you clean it, and make sure you sanitize your tools. But at the end of the day, you gotta get back in on that horse, you know? The e-file is very important now in this industry. It's not like back then where you can use a hand file anymore. You still can, but there's not something you can do with a hand file. You're only limited to what you can really do with a hand file, to be honest with you. No way am I gonna sit there and hand file all these nail beds, all the cuticle area, and make it nice and smooth like I can do with the e-drill. That's just impossible. Unless your application is like godly, where you don't even need to like, you can just application and then file a shape and then buff. If you at a god level with application, and we want that. At that point, you know, you've moved on to the realm of nail god. And they used to do that back in the day before e-files came out. That's why a lot of people work with builder gel. You're able to control a bit more, and it's smoother, and it doesn't really dry until you put it into the curing machine. So you constantly have time to work on it, and you know, if you really master builder gel, you can use brush strokes to make it really smooth, where you don't have to drill as much. And that's true too. I'll admit that. Builder gel specialists or masters, they can do it without drilling. I mean, there's some amazing people out there. I'll tell you that. I've seen it. That's why I keep striving to get better and better. This industry, you don't stop, okay? Don't stop, can't stop. And we're done finishing touches. The underbody, of course. I never not do this, okay? You guys should never not do this either. It's a great way to clean up underneath, get that nice C shape. There's only benefits to doing this. Definitely gotta be careful though, how hard you press. You don't want to eat too much into the sidewall. I'm gonna finish off with the shaping, clean up a little bit. That's why I didn't shape as much earlier, because I know once I do it thinner, once I drill, the shape's gonna change a little bit. So why invest so much time earlier? Why have to go back through again anyways, right? You gotta space your time out, use it wisely so you don't double up on your time. Because if I would have spent all that time making the shape perfect earlier, and then I drill and then the shape changed, then I have to go back through it again, and I've just wasted 5-10 minutes earlier for nothing, right? And a lot of girls tell me, oh, my shaping got so much better from watching you. Perfect. Exactly why I do these videos. If you're a visual learner, you can learn, fine. It's free. You know, you support me, I support you. But shaping can always be better. No one's ever mastered shaping, trust me. You don't just one day, oh, okay, I'm done with shaping. I don't have to worry about shaping anymore. Oh, shoot, I worry about that shit every day. And you guys already think my shaping is good. The reason why shaping changes every day because every client's nails is different. Every style is different, you know? Every powder, every shape is different. So you're constantly growing in shape. You might be really good at shaping with like a client with perfect hands. Then you run into a client where they maybe not have such perfect hands. Then what are you gonna do? Be crappy at shaping because you can't get it because the client's hands is not as hard to work with. Yep, a lot of people run into that problem too. I'll tell you that. I ran into the problem myself. I'm so used to girls with perfect hands, and one time a client has hands that are not as good, maybe like they're a little bit crooked, and I'm like struggling to shape, make sure it's perfect. Story of my life, man. So there we go. Clean underbody. Got coffin. Long, basically elongated based off on the client's hands. We've got a little bit of an apex. Finishing up the shape here, almost done. I'm just gonna hit up with a nice top coat and we're good. So Napoli sent me some of their no wipe top coat. I'm gonna try it now. I'm gonna switch over from my whatever I usually use, and I'm gonna try it, and I'm pretty sure it's good. I mean, a lot of people say good things about it, so. And then what it is, I'll be able to, when I do lives later on, when the clients return, I'll be able to tell you, okay, this is the result from that top coat. But I think the top coat is definitely compatible with LED, UV. Anything with, 18 to 36 and above watt should be able to cure it nicely. But like always, I always do thin coats. I don't like to do thick coats of top coat, because thinner the better, because it gets a nice cure and you won't have any problems. Remember back in the day when clients used to tell you, can you put another coat of that clear on there so it can last longer? Wrong. Put another coat of clear on there so it can chip easier, yes. Because the thicker it is, the more it's going to be prone to chipping, okay? That's just physics. That's just a rule of thumb. When something's thicker, it peels easier. Because it's protruding off of the nail. So when you're working with your hands, it's gonna start wearing away, wearing away. And you need to make your clients understand that. I know a lot of you girls have clients that just like, oh, just put more in it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Just because you asked me to. And then some clients like, just make it really thick, make that acrylic really thick. No, I don't do the thickness that is meant for, and that you'll be able to function and not have it break. You know what happens when your nail is super thick and you break it? You break it down to the flesh. That's what happens, okay guys? And they're gonna send you pictures, oh, I just jammed my hand and this and that. So if it was the right thickness that you wanted them to have it would just break at the nail. But if you're not, it'll break right here, right here. And you get those pictures that people post on there. I find it strange people post pictures of their finger when it's like chopped off or something like that. It's like, yeah, no, your finger's gone. You need validation. You need to get that taken care of, girl. Nice buff. Get the underbody. Okay, wash your hands. We're done. So now we can put a nice top coat on. No white. You're asking me about my gel machine. They don't really make these anymore. It was like a promotional thing when I bought a collection from them, Nitro. But the lamp is a 36 watt coreless multi-LED lamp, power 36 watt. Here's the size. So if you have a 36 watt machine, it'll be exactly like mine. I'll turn it off and show you. Here are the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 bulbs in there. So now a lot of lights now have 24. The more lights in there, the better. I always use a lamp that has a base like this because it reflects the light so that you can get the curing kind of around the thumbs and area. Also have that their thumbs lifting up a little bit. Okay? Because if you have just a non-base and you have a towel or a table like this, the light's not going to refract up. So sometimes the clients maybe lean their hand a little bit. It won't get any of that UV light. Let's look for Groupon deals. Hey, what Groupon deals? Don't be looking for nail Groupon deals. For what? If you all fly down into Florida and you've been quarantining yourself, and I will teach a huge class, all of you guys, in my salon. I have a big salon. It's like 3,000 square feet, so I can fit all you many heads in here, okay? Many heads can fit in here. By the time the end of that class, you guys will be all pros. Pros. Wouldn't be pros, but you'd definitely be 2 levels above where you're at. And I would love to see you guys grow like that. Seriously, though. You'd definitely be the next generation of techs for sure. You live in Orlando? You know how many people would trade places with you to have a personal one-on-one class with me? I'm gonna try their not polished gloss it.